What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another episode of the Wednesday Pull List, which is your hype video for New Comic Book Day. I'm gonna get you pumped and excited for all the brand new books coming out this week on New Comic Book Day, which is May 10th of 2023. Guys, I missed last week because I was gone at the wedding. That's right, I'm married. Just a quick reminder. And guys, I'm just really excited for all these new books. There's some great new number ones. There's some great continuing stories. There's just so much to talk about this week. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get this video started with showing off my pull list. Now, as you guys can see, this is a pretty big week for me in comics. There are 19 books on my pull list, but you guys can't tell what they are, so let me go ahead and throw them up on screen right now. Now, like I said, there are 19 books on my pull list this week. There are 4 new number ones, and I got caught up on every single book coming out this week, so every single book that you see could be on the top 5 must-have pickups list. But guys, that's it for me. 19 books, 4 new number ones. Now, let's go ahead and find out if there's any books on the chopping block. Continuing a pretty positive trend as of late, there are no books on the chopping block this week. I have read every single issue and they are all pretty enjoyable. There are none worthy of chopping from my pull list. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move into one of my favorite sections, my cover lover picks. There are 3 covers coming out this week that I just really like. And the first one that I want to show you guys is for a new number 1, and it is Green Lantern issue number 1, the cover B done by Perillo featuring Sinestro. This cover is just so gorgeous. Perillo knocked it out of the park. But there is another cover that I really enjoy for this book as well, and it is the Big Time Collectibles Green Lantern foil cover. This cover is absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure how much Big Time Collectibles are charging for this cover, guys. I'll have a link down in the description below if you want to check this cover out. But guys, there is a cover for every single light spectrum in the Green Lantern book. So if you guys like the black lanterns, the yellow lanterns, the orange lanterns, the red lanterns, you guys can find a cover for you. But guys, there is one more cover, and it is for Wildcats issue number 7. Now this is the 1 in 25 done by Chuma Hill featuring Ladytron. Ladytron looks absolutely fantastic. She's also wearing a t-shirt featuring the Joker, which I think is really freaking cool. But guys, those are my 3 cover lover picks for this week. Do you guys like any of those covers? Is there a cover that you absolutely love that you think should have been on this list? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move over to the new number 1 that I just think you guys have to be excited about. There are 4 new number 1s on my pull list this week, but this one right here is a little special and I think it sounds really cool. So that is why it is my new number 1 that I just think you guys have to be excited about. And it is Something Epic issue number 1. Now this is coming from writer-artist Simon Kudranski. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think I pronounced that right on the button, Kudranski. But maybe I didn't, guys. If I got it wrong, let me know down in the comments below. But guys, let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. Imagination is real. Outside our perception, creative thought takes physical form, with only a handful of individuals known as epics able to interact with the wondrous hidden world. But for 14-year-old Danny Dillon, accepting these responsibilities himself won't be easy or safe. Lose yourself in a world of endless fantasy and creativity where superheroes, monsters, magical creatures, and cartoon characters live and breathe alongside us. Guys, that just sounds absolutely amazing, and there are some amazing covers coming out for this book, and I just think this sounds really freaking cool. Now, I will say I have never read anything by Simon Kudranski, but this book just sounds too good to pass up. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you're already picking this book up, or if me reading the synopsis to you guys got you guys interested enough to give this book a shot. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the almost top 5. There are 19 books on my pull list, and only 5 books can make the top 5 must-have pickups, so there could have been a lot of books on the almost top 5, but I only have 3. And the first one up is Green Lantern issue number 1, coming from Jeremy Adams and Zermenko. And the reason why this book is on this list is because Jeremy Adams is coming off an amazing run on The Flash. Now, I personally didn't read it, but there are so many people on the internet that are raving about that run and how Jeremy Adams brought the feeling and brought the family aspect to that book. And I hope he can bring the same kind of treatment to Green Lantern. Guys, and the next book up is Nocterra issue number 14. Now, this is coming from Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel. And if you're not reading this book at this point, what are you doing? Get caught up on this series. It is a post-apocalyptic series from Scott Snyder. It is amazing, and the artwork by Tony S. Daniel, it's so good. You guys have to be reading this book. I'm not going to go into detail because it is the almost top 5. Now, the last book that almost made the top 5 list is Wildcats issue number 7. Now, this is coming from Matthew Rosenberg and art by Kristen Deuce. And guys, this was just a really enjoyable book. It just doesn't have everything to make it on the top 5 list. There are just little parts of the story that seem a little off in the book, but overall, this story is super solid, and I really enjoy the characters from the Wildstorm universe. That is the almost top 5. Let's go ahead and find out what 5 books made my top 5 must-have pickups. Alright guys, kicking off our top 5 list is a really fun book, and I've read all 7 issues so far, and issue number 8 comes out this week, and I'm just really excited to get my hands on this issue, and it is Batman Incorporated issue number 8. Now, this is coming from writer Ed Brisson and art by John Timms. Let me just go tell you, John Timms' artwork on this book has fantastic. He wasn't on issue number 7, but they had a fill-in artist of Michael Bandini, I want to say his name was, and he was fantastic, so the art in this book has been great since issue number 1. What Ed Brisson has been able to do with this gigantic cast of characters, because I believe there's like 9 people on this Batman Incorporated team, is give you little bits of information and reasons to care about every single one of these characters. And that's not easy to do with so many Bat characters, but he's done it. I think every single character is really cool, and there's some characters like Red Raven. I've never heard of Red Raven before, but he's been calling his father over the last few issues, who's also an ex-superhero, and we get introduced to him, and they have these little back and forths, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's heartwarming, but something tragic happens to his father at the end of issue number 7, and we also get introduced to the new Incorporated team, Joker Incorporated. And guys, I am so excited for Joker Incorporated. Now, the reason for that is because Ed Brisson has done such a fantastic job with Batman Incorporated, and just think about some of the awesome characters that Joker Incorporated is going to have. I think this is going to be really, really fun, and we're going to get introduced to the whole Joker Incorporated squad, I believe, in issue number 8, which is this issue right here. So I'm really excited about it. I just wish the cover for the 1 in 25 was as good as the one for issue number 7. Now, issue number 7 was a design variant for Dusty Bronco, and he looks awesome. But the 1 in 25 for issue number 8 is also a design variant featuring tap dance, but it looks so much more like a rough sketch than an actual design variant. But guys, this book has been super fun, and I highly suggest you guys check this book out, especially if you are a Batman and a Bat Family fan. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the number 4 book. Alright guys, the book that's in the number 4 spot is a fantastic book with Junkyard Joe issue number 6. Now, this is coming from the incredible writer of Jeff Johns and the amazing artist of Gary Frank. Now, if you guys have not read the first 5 issues, I highly suggest you guys go find those, or maybe wait until this comes out in trade and then pick this book up, because this book is incredible. It's so full of feels. And guys, this book focuses on a robot of Junkyard Joe who cannot talk, but we're also introduced to a family and also this amazing cartoon artist of Maury Davis. Now, Maury Davis was actually in the army, and that's where he met Junkyard Joe back in Vietnam, and they were in an awful firefight, and Junkyard Joe was only able to save Maury Davis. Now, Junkyard Joe has since disappeared since Vietnam, and he actually showed up on Maury Davis's doorstep, and that is where this story really takes off. Now, I don't want to ruin anything else about this book. I want you guys to go out and read this book, but this book is so full of feelings. We got this whole family that moves in next to Maury Davis, who gets intertwined in this whole chaos because there is a group of people who are hunting down Junkyard Joe because they want that robot back, and that's where the chaos ensues. This book is so good, guys. The artwork is incredible. The story is on point. Guys, pick up this book. read this book. It's on the number 4 spot, but maybe it should have been higher. But let's go ahead and find out what the number 3 book is. Alright guys, the number 3 book is a new number 1. Number 1s normally don't make this list, but guys, I am pumped for this book. This book could have been the number 1 book, but I didn't want to put it there because I have not read this series just yet. But guys, this is Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker issue number 1. This is coming from writers Katana Collins and Clayton McCormack and art by Mariko Andolfo. And let me go ahead and just read the synopsis for you guys. Spinning out of the runaway hit Batman Beyond the White Knight comes an unforgettable coming-of-age supervillain tale starring the children of Harley Quinn and the Joker. When the rebellious twins run away in a stolen Batmobile, only Joker, Jack Napier's quickly fading hologram, has any hope of getting them home safely and keeping them out of the family business. But life of crime isn't the only temptation young Bryce and Jackie are facing. The kids uncover a dark secret that could bring their dad back to life for good. With a wild array of Batman's former enemies and allies on their tails, will the kids succeed in reviving the Dark Knight's greatest foe? Find out as Jackie and Bryce take center stage in the White Knight universe. Now, if you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you guys know I have been raving about Sean Murphy's White Knight universe. It is the best comic that I have read in a very long time. There's been 3 volumes of the White Knight series, and every single one was the best. I'm a huge Batman fan, and this Elseworld Tales story done by Sean Murphy is incredible. Now, there was a Harley Quinn spinoff written by his wife, Katana Collins, a few years ago, and that was amazing. It was so good. And when I saw they were going to do another spin-off series written by Katana Collins and Clay McCormack, I was on board. I cannot wait. And artwork by Mariko Andolfo. Come on! This is definitely a must-have pickup. I'm so excited for this book. I cannot wait to see more of Jack Napier, the Joker hologram. He was so good in the Batman Beyond the White Knight series. That was the last series. It was just incredible. Guys, this is a must-have pickup. It's in the number 3 spot. Let's go ahead and move on to the number 2 book. Alright guys, the book that's in the number 2 spot was actually released digitally first, and then Dark Horse Comics is now being so kind and giving us physical copies, and I'm talking about Clear. Issue number 3 comes out this week from Scott Snyder and art by Francis Manapul. Guys, this series is an awesome murder mystery set off way into the future, and basically this is kind of like Ready Player One, where everyone is seeing the world through what they're calling a veil, which they can perceive the world however they want. Do you want to live in a cartoon world? Do you want to live in the world filled with zombies? However you want to see the world, that's how you can see it, and almost the whole world does this. But our main character is one of the few who does not see the world through a veil, and he is a detective, and he is on this case. But then he finds out that the love of his life has died, but he has been separated from her, but he still loves her with all of his heart, and she left him a clue, which makes him think she was murdered and she did not commit suicide. And that's where this story really starts to take off. Just think kind of like Minority Report. That's where the story seems to be going. There's this guy on the run. He's being hunted down by a lot of different rich people. It is incredible. The artwork by Francis Manapul is on point. If you like futuristic crime stories, guys, this book is for you. I'm really enjoying it. It's in the number 2 spot. And guys, these are oversized issues. They are big, fatty issues. And if you guys know Scott Snyder, he likes to put a lot of words in his book. And I usually don't like that. I like to get through my books pretty quickly. But these books are fantastic. The writing by Scott Snyder is incredible. The pacing is done so well. He really sinks his hooks into the feels in this book. It is just a great series. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the number 1 book coming out tomorrow on New Comic Day, which again is May 10th of 2023. Alright guys, our number 1 book is an independent, and I love when independents make the number 1 book, and I'm talking about Monarch issue number 4. Now this is coming from writer Rodney Barnes and art by Alex Lins, and guys, this story has been building since issue number 1, and then issue number 2 gave us a little bit more, and issue number 3, it really brought it home. I love this series. Now there's multiple reasons why I like this story. Let me go ahead and give you a very brief synopsis so that way you guys can get excited for this book as well. There are aliens out in outer space, and their world has been destroyed, and they need to find a new home. So they send a little seed down to Earth, which is a little robot, which is going to collect information so that way they know how they can defeat humans and then how they can terraform the world. But this little robot actually looks like a little boy, and this little boy gets brought into this foster home of this very loving woman and actually meets a little girl who becomes his foster sister, and they have a great relationship. And at the end, issue number 1, the robots come and they start destroying the planet, and that's as much as I want to give you. But guys, there's so many feels to this book because our little boy, our robot from the aliens, actually has so many conflicting emotions going on because he does not want the robots to come down and decimate everyone that he now loves. He does not want them to take over our planet. But then there's all the other supporting characters, the girl that he really likes at school, his little sister, and also his foster mother. There's so many great parts in this series that you guys just have to pick up and read. This story is incredible, and I cannot wait to read issue number 4. But guys, that is my number 1 book, Monarch issue number 4 from Rodney Barnes and Alex Lins. Alright guys, that is everything that I have for you on this Wednesday pull list. We're gonna wrap this video up, and make sure you guys are sticking around to find out if you won last week's giveaway and also how you can enter next week's giveaway right after this. Alright guys, we are at the end of the video, and if you guys are still watching right now, you guys know exactly what you are. Let me hear you say it. You guys are legends! Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. You guys know it supports the algorithm, and I cannot thank you more for sticking around to the end. But if you guys have not hit that like button just yet, do me a favor and smash that like button. It helps push this video out to more people. Now, if you guys watched that video and you enjoyed it, and you enjoy comic book content, but you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Alright guys, now it's time for the good stuff. Now, if you guys want to enter next week's giveaway, what do you guys have to do? Well, it's very simple. You guys be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment down below, leave in the hashtag thankyou616comics, and you need to live in the United States of America. Alright guys, that's how you're going to enter next week's giveaway. Let's go ahead and find out what 3 books the winner from last week's giveaway are going to win. Alright guys, I'm not looking at the books, I don't know what they are, and the first one up is going to be this one right here, which is Harley Quinn, issue number 26, done by Tiago da Silva. This is the trade dress version. Alright guys, 2 more books, what are they going to be? Next one up is Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 26, again, done by Tiago da Silva, featuring Silk. Sorry about that. What is the last one going to be? I don't know. Let's find out what it is. It is Extreme Carnage Alpha, issue number 1, the John Boy Myers exclusive cover. So those are the 3 books that this person is going to win. And who is that person going to be? Well, I gotta bring you a little closer so that way you guys can see the wheel. Now, as you guys can see, there were a lot of people who entered this giveaway. Now, I'm gonna shuffle 11 times because there were 1,100 views on the last video. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's find out who won. Good luck, everyone. I really hope you guys are excited for these giveaways. And it looks like it's going to be Phil Ailing. Congratulations, Phil. You won those amazing 3 covers. Congratulations again, Phil, for winning last week's giveaway. Now, what you need to do is go over to Instagram and slip into our DMs. Our handle is right here, and give us your address, and I will get these books shipped out to you in the next 2 weeks. Phil, congratulations again. And guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And guys, I will catch you guys at the end of the week with Friday's final order caught up speculation in recommendations video. All right, guys, have yourself a great week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.